Hi, friends. This is Laurie, and I am back with a weekly cross stitch update and a teeny bit of haul. I don't have much. It's just how it worked out, and that's fine. I've been buying things quite a bit for, a little bit here on and off. And I don't know. I don't really need anything. I have a craft room full of stuff, so. Um, but you know, we were out on Saturday and we went to one of our health food stores. My husband and I, meaning, uh, and there's a ribbon factory, where they have tons of ribbon and they sell some other crafts. Not, it's mostly ribbon though. Um, but they have a little, and they have fabric and stuff like that. Um, so I got a few skeins of floss and um, something else, and some tea, tea bags, strawberry tea bags, nonetheless. But other than that, I didn't buy anything this week for the most part, which is good. Um, Eventually, I'm gonna slow my roll with the buying, but with Joanne's going out of business and everything like that, I want to make sure that I am giving them some money, because it again, if you don't know, I've stated this a few times in the last couple weeks. They are my favorite craft store. It used to be AC Moore and then Joanne's, but now it's Joanne's. So it is what it is. I can't stop it from happening. But I really am gonna miss them, and it's hard to see the store with the shelves empty and everything else. So, um, you know, um, yeah, but we're gonna go from there and we'll go, whatever I have to do from then on. That's what we'll do. About an hour or so away, they have a um reuse it shop and a oh, what's it called? Art of Recycle, I think it's called. Where it's a thrift store for the most part, but it has all kinds of craft supplies and stuff. So books and all kinds of stuff like that. So that's probably where I'm going to primarily be buying my stuff from. Um, if not, well, maybe a little bit online, but not a lot. I don't really need a lot. And like I said, I have a whole craft room full of stuff. So I'm also trying to use what I have. So, uh, we're getting into that was a long, uh, long um, explanation for me for buying stuff. Yeah. So, I'm going to start with my whips. I have three here today. Work whips are work in progress. Um, and this is my leftover Christmas project from Christmas season's greetings. It's in this book. It's across to Christmas season of memories, and I this is the 2023 version. Yes, 2023. I have the 2024 too. And that here. I just wasn't having luck with this and I was getting irritated. So I just changed this project up for something else. Here's what it's going to look like when it's done. So I'm up here in this big shell. So I worked on that a little bit. I worked in the shell here. This is as far as I got. And then I was having a hard time finding out where I was. So I'm like, okay, I think it's just time to move on from this project for a little bit. I did make a little bit of progress. Not a whole lot, but some at least. Okay. And then on Saturday in the car, I tried a little bit of stitching time and I worked on Lizzie Kate yearbook, the yearbook series, and I'm working on June. I don't know how well that shows. There we go. So I'm working in the beehive, bee skip, and this is how far I got with that. Not very far at all, but it's a start. And this, I grabbed this because it's easy to work on a car. Doesn't need a lot of uh, floss and beads and all that kind of other stuff. Then on Saturday night, I started on working on this because I got a little annoyed with my season's greetings project, and I'm like, I'm just gonna work on something else. So I'm working on the Millhill button and beads, and this is the covered bridge. This is what it will look like when it's done. So I'm working on the top part of the bridge there. I'm going to continue working on this probably through at least through today, and then I have some other goals that I'd like to meet before the end of the month. So that's what I have there. I'm going to do my haul here, and then I will get my planner and my planner, and we'll go through the projects that I'm going to be working on in April. Actually, you know what? I'm going to skip that for next week. Yeah, I think I'm going to work on that for next week. Okay. So I bought three skeins of floss. I have, these are Sullivan's, but they have the DMC number on them. This is 223, and this is 2222, yeah, 221. And I just bought this one because I saw it and it was pretty. 747 because they have it's three for $1.99 or like 67 cents a piece. I bought these iron-on appliques. I just thought they were really pretty. They're dragonflies. And I think I have an idea what I'm going to do with them. I think I'm going to put them on my one zip up hoodie I have. And then my husband picked these up. They're just pins, ballpoint pins, to hang my pennants, my Super Bowl, Eagles Super Bowl pennants up. So that was that there. So like I said, I'm gonna work on Cover Bridge here for another at least today, I think. And then um I have three more goals I'd like to get done before the end of the month. One is work on sidewalk cafe and make a little bit of progress on that, which I have to go in the Market XP and mark my stitches off because I was getting confused where I was in that chart. So I'm going to do that and then hopefully get back to that before the end of the month. I have my Serenity Lighthouse. I'd like to get more words done on that by the end of the month. And then I have Eiffel Quaker. I'd like to finish the one motif on that. So those are what my goals are for the rest of the month. Um, for April, I am planning to do Springo. Can I leave that here? Yeah, I do. Oh, I'm gonna have a new start. Um, Probably on Friday. Let me grab that. I might have to grab three projects for this. Well, I think I will do that. I will do my spring go on here too. And then we'll go there. Okay. First of all, this is the projects I picked for spring go. I hope you can read my writing. I know it's not the best. Um, and then here's my spring go board. There's 35 squares on here, but they only do that for 25 days. So some of these will not get picked. But I will go in detail on that in a few minutes. Just bear with me. I'm going to pause the video here and I'm going to go get my stuff for that, my projects and stuff. And I will be right back. Thanks for holding. Talk to you in a little bit. I'm back. This is going to be my new start. Um, I'm going to be doing this boy sampler, first sampler type thing. And it has the name and it says baby boy. Yeah, I'll just read it from off the chart. It says sweet, curious, gap tooth smile, plays in dirt, grass stained knees, sticky kisses, a blessing from above, and then it has for the date, the pounds and the ounces. So this is going to be for my cousin's baby. And this is from Cherrywood Designs Studio. Baby, baby, a blessing from above. And I'm going to be doing it on this 18 count blue Ada. With 157 for the lettering. And there's stars on there that are in 472. This was the DMC that was called for. They did it in black soot, I believe. Um, yeah, Dental Art Sampler thread soot in 472. I didn't want dark on dark, So I'm actually going to be doing a lighter blue. So that's my new start. I'm gonna be starting this on Friday for the Nash Stash start along or start retreat from Lindy Stitch or Lindy Stitches on Flosstube. When I'm working on when I go to the retreat. So that'll be fun and something started that I have to get done. Okay, so um the rest of my March plans that I have to do for the monthly magazine challenge by Karen Brooke and her friend Robin. I have to make progress on Sidewalk Cafe, which is this design work kit that I am doing for my husband. This is what it's going to look like. And I think I'm right here. I'm not sure. Um, but in order to work on this, I have to figure out where I am and mark XP so that I know where I am. So that's my start on that. This was started last year, some point. And he jokes with me all the time. He says, I have 5 years to get this done, or he's gonna have somebody else do it. But we don't think that'll happen. My husband is a very has a very corny sense of humor. And I mean, so do I. But and he's full of dad jokes. But I mean, they are funny. They're corny, so they were funny to me. Oh, I didn't bring that in here. How am I be downstairs? Oh well. Okay. So that's my goal. That's one of my goals for magazine monthly challenge. And I'm just gonna make progress on that. That's all I want to do. Um, the other one is which I'm working on today, which is the covered bridge Mill Hill kit. Um, I start and finish the top of the bridge. Well, I'm not going to get that all done today. There's just no way. See, I'm doing the white part here right now. So, um, I just don't think I'm going to get that done today. I could try to surprise myself, but I don't know. I kind of doubt. Okay. And then I guess I can pass this one off. For R and Sparkle, I was doing season's greetings because it's a gift for my friend whose initial starts with an R. Um, so um, I made a little bit of progress, not a whole lot, but I did make some progress. So I'm going to cross that off and then worry about that later. Okay, then we have I have two more on here, which I only have one of the projects, I believe. Yeah, bring the other. L is for Lighthouse. And I want to do two. This is the Lighthouse Serenity piece. And it's a serenity pair on one side and then the lighthouse on all the way on the right with leaves at the bottom. It's a kit, and that is my um, memorial piece for my mother-in-law. But I want to finish to accept the things I cannot change. And then Eiffel Quaker is for the E. This is how far I am on this. Um, I'm getting pretty far with the first motif. This is what this is going to look like. I just love, 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 love this. And I'm in this motif here. Or, no, wait. I'm sorry. It's this one here, I think. Yeah, it's this one here. I'm working on that one there. So, and last time I worked on this, I was re-putting in the floss that I had to take out. And I am doing this in étoile, the white étoile, and 3033. I don't know what the other one is. 3865. And then the white étoile. On the meeting. There you go. It's gonna be beautiful. My husband actually picked the colors out for the floss for this one. So it's gonna be really pretty. Okay, so that is for the get my goals for till the end of March. Then in April, I already showed I'm doing Spring Go, which is a um bingo board. Um they usually do one twice a year. There's Bringo in January, and then there's I can't remember what it's called. ABC Bingo, which is in the fall. And now they added one for spring this time around. So my projects are Season's Greetings, Cinnamon Stars, the Covered Bridge Mill Hill Kit. This Mill Hill kit that's a gift for Christmas next year. It's this Jim Shore Santa and Cardinal Birdhouse. And I did not get very far on this either. There's where I am. I started in the center. I think maybe that might be part of his beard. It's either that or the sleeve. I'm not actually sure. So, progress on that. I have a Quaker, the Lizzie Kate yearbook, June, and then Sidewalk Cafe. And I have them on my board 5 times. So there's, like I said, there's 35 squares. But only 20 of them, I mean, only 25 get picked. So I'll have 10 that isn't picked. And then there's the rest of the month is makeup days at the end of the month. So and I just randomly chose the numbers basically and put them on the board. So that's gonna be fun to play with.